Anything like me and you was looking for the perfect formula to organize your life, you feel me, and organize your business goals like yearly, weekly, monthly, I got the perfect recipe for you, bro. If you operate in organized chaos like I do, and you trying to add some structure to your life, I got the perfect recipe. If you already structured and you trying to add that, I got you. I'm trying to tell you. I did this. This helped me get 6 figures with my brand. This makes sure that I stay on task, that I always have something to do day in, day out. And also, it gives you that dopamine fix of when you check off a thing. You feel me? Because now I can go back and I'll pop it up on the screen for y'all of all my goals for 2025. And guess what? I did most of them. And I'm proud of that. You feel me? And I also, at the end, I'll talk to you about mindset because I feel like that's also important to follow through with this type of method because this is a yearly goal. You feel me? You're setting yourself up for the year, right? And it's not as daunting as you think. I promise you. So we're going to break it down in in a few steps. You feel me? The first step is find your go-to, whether it's a calendar, a digital calendar, your notes. I personally use notes. Y'all see it. I'll pop it up on the screen. And then write down goals for each quarter or yearly goals, whatever you want to do, however you want to name the list. And then you're going to break it up into business goals and personal goals, right? Now, obviously, put what you want, and I'll talk to you about later at the end regarding mindset and things like that, how that's important to what goals you write down and your resonance with those goals. For now, write down all your goals that you have in mind for your business, and I also want to say it's an ongoing thing. I do this from about December. This is still new. This is year 2 of me doing it. I do it from about December until the ending of January and sometimes going into a little bit of February. And at that point, I cut it off and then I just hammer out everything that I'm going to do for the year. You feel me? That means my year usually starts in February for me personally. Moving on. After you have all your business goals, right? And you have all your personal goals, right? Then you're going to go down and you're going to add another column and it's going to be Q1. Now, if you don't know what quarters is, it's basically every 3 months. January to March, February to whatever, etc. You feel me? And it goes on and on to the end of the year. You feel me? Q1 would be January to March. And then once you write that, you're going to write down all the goals that are priority. For example, if you wrote down, let's go look at my old list, right? My new list. In 2026, right? I have change logo, create new concept and promo, etc. Plan out short film, etc. Right? If I know that my year starts in February, I need to things that are priority would be plan out short film, right? If I put that in January, now I'm just putting all the things that I need to organize. Sorry. If I'm putting that in Q1, I'm just taking all the goals from my business goals and now I'm categorizing them, right? I'm just taking out maybe 5 or 10 or 15, 20. Maybe it might be more, maybe it might be less. It depends on the depth of the goal. You feel me? Like creating a short film, that's no easy feat. It might only be a couple things in that month, you feel me? Because of what entails to create a short film, you feel me? And at what stage and process you're at already of that goal. For example, let's say I'll take plan out short film and shoot short film and we'll put it in January, right? In Q1 because that's the priority. After I have my Q1 planned out and I have all the goals I'm putting out, then this is where you break it down weekly. You feel me? And you keep doing that. As you do Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 will all be very clear. Usually Q4 and Q1 I would say is the easiest to plan because usually Q1 is like your planning stage and you're getting everything right. You might be focused on designs, you might be focused on a new marketing strategy, you might be focused on gaining information, reading, learning, and all those things to get ready to go into the spring strong. And then Q4 is usually the holiday season. It's usually about executions, like selling out Black Friday, maybe running ads. All those things come very easy once you're planning out each quarter and you figure out what you're doing for each quarter. You feel me? Getting back on topics, when I go to each quarter, right? Like I said, I have planning short film. What I would do now is I would break it into a weekly thing. So now, maybe for Monday, I might do start script, right? Tuesday might be depending on if it's a big priority or not. And that's something y'all could also do. I haven't done that yet. I might do that as far as like those individual goals by high and low priorities because then sometimes I have weeks where I'm working on one thing. Like there's been weeks where 2 weeks in a row where I'm working on like one design or two designs, no lie, because I want a certain collection to be done by a certain time. You feel me? So that'll be like a high priority and everything else could come after that. That's something y'all could think about too, or something y'all could do. Let's say that this short film is high priority. Monday, I might put start script. Tuesday, I might put look at videos on how to structure a script. Wednesday, I might look up like write software to start your script, like, and it goes on and on. Like, you give you 1,000 examples. Like, let's say a pop-up is coming up in February. That would be obviously when I get to January, the end of January. If it's at the beginning of February, I might put all my inventory for the pop-up. You feel me? Pack for the pop-up. You feel me? That might be on Thursday. You feel me? If the pop-up is on a Monday, then sure you count all your, make sure you have enough bags, make sure you order bags. That might be on a Wednesday. I get what I'm saying? Like, very easy to do. And I'm gonna go look at my weekly schedule to kind of what's been on my, I feel like that'll give y'all a better example of what's the vibe is, right? Currently, right now, like I said, Q4 is usually execution. All I'm worried about right now is literally making content, editing content, and posting content and creating content like this, right? What my weekly schedule has been, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I missed like 1 2 weeks. That's natural when you in a flow state. That's something I want to bring to y'all too. Like, if you miss a week or you miss a goal or something like that, it's fine as long as you locked in. Like right now, I don't need to make a weekly schedule because I know that I just need to create. And when I start getting back to it is when I feel like I'm slacking. This upcoming week, I'm gonna do one because I feel like I'm slacking. But let's get back on track, right? Monday, I got create at least 3 TikTok videos for my brand. Start Young Lord hoodie, and then I got some stuff in quotations. I got ship out orders and post YouTube shorts. Usually when Monday comes, I have a couple orders in and I usually ship them out. Obviously, that's a daily thing. So if I get orders to that or after that, then even if it's not on my agenda, something I have to do. Then on the next day, I have the same thing. Create 3 TikToks videos, line your YouTube shorts up to drop for the week. Apps you can schedule out. I think pretty much every app, I think Instagram and TikTok, you have to download a separate app to like schedule it for when you want it to be posted. YouTube, you could do it within the app. That's why I have lined up those videos. You feel me? I got started design and continue mapping out next year's goals. You feel me? So this is what I mean by like how you map out your shit. You feel me? Like if you want to make a certain amount of money each quarter, then you would put different goals. What would align with that, for example, would be doing pop-ups, doing going out, even if you don't have a pop-up, making sure you pop up somewhere out in the streets, content to improving it, well, making content for your brand page and improving that content, watching ideas on how can I find the best pop-ups, how can I improve my content, learning the TikTok algorithm, learning the YouTube algorithm, learning the Instagram algorithm. How many times should I be posting for me? What type of content am I posting? All of these things are going to equate to you getting the results that you want, if that makes sense now. You feel me? If you're trying to make more money, then you will be doing these things and fine tuning these skills to be able to do it. And also taking action. You feel me? So like looks like making content and editing content and actually posting it and getting in a rhythm of that. Yours don't have to be like mine. You feel me? Like I think for every day I got like 3 TikTok videos. You might not be at that point yet. Sometimes when I drop a collection and I sell out or I just don't have no inventory and I'm not making videos, sometimes it takes me a little minute to get in that rhythm to make more than one video. You know, I make 7+ videos in a day, and sometimes I might make one really good video, sometimes I might not make none. The point is, this whole structure is going to allow you to plan it out much easier. You feel me? Because when you plan out your year, you're literally just writing down all the goals you want to do for your brand, right? And then when you plan it out, it's easy to look at that list, right? And be like, oh, okay, this is what I got to do for this. I got to order inventory. I need inventory. I don't have no designs. I got to make some designs. I need to do that by January. If I'm dropping by March, I know that I need to order my bulk by January. Then I give myself a timetable of when to order it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I hope I explained that well. I don't feel like I'm not explaining it not well. I just feel like when I pop it up on the screen, it will make a lot more sense for y'all. So in short or in conclusion, right? You want to break down all your goals, right? By yearly, and don't think about it too much. It's not too hard. You just write everything. That is the easiest part. You write in everything down that you want to accomplish with your brand and everything that you have to do to accomplish those things with your brand. You feel me? Don't just put 100K. I want to make 100K. I want to sell out on Black Friday. Okay, cool. You'll put that. Then also put plan out for Black Friday. Find models to post for Black Friday, influencers to send myself for Black Friday, learn how to optimize my website for Black Friday. You get what I'm saying now? Now write all the things that's gonna help you get that goal. When you write that, I want to make 100K, now just write down everything you need to do to make that 100K. Now you might be like, damn, what, I might not know. Just literally backtrack it. Like how would help me out the easiest. Like, okay, what do I need to learn? Before you start first, ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn? The reason I was able to say all of that is because if I'm somebody trying to make, hey, then I know, okay, people make money running ads, right? I need to learn about ads. People do also make bread doing organic content. So I need to learn about improving my organic content. People usually do photo shoots or do campaigns. I need to learn about doing a really good photo shoot. I need to find really good photographers. I need to find a good videographer, or I might want to shoot it myself. I need to learn these skills. You get what I'm saying? It's not hard. And as you backtrack it and you keep doing it, it becomes easier and easier. And then use these resources. We got YouTube, it's free. You go in there if you need like a head start. Literally backtracking is not hard, because when you want to do something, you literally just ask yourself, what is the information I need to do it? And that'll help you figure out everything else to write out. You feel me? And I just gave y'all like several examples on that. The good thing about this list for me, and that helps me, is that when I break all of these things down, I'm just adding things weekly. You feel me? So let's say January is the upcoming month. I'm like, okay, I go look at the list and I'm like, what is it that I need to do right now? Like, what is a priority? And I take each of those things and I put it on my weekly schedule. And some of those things might take you a couple days, a couple weeks to do, or some of those things might take you 1 or 2 days to do. You feel me? Or even a few hours. And that's the point of the list. And you could just check it off. Like, a lot of these things aren't gonna take me OD. It's still things that I need to get done. You feel me? And then you just do it week by week. And as you do it, and you go back in your notes and you can check it off, you know, month by month or quarter by quarter you want to do it. And you feel me? And then you just move on to the next thing. And then obviously things come up that you'll add and remove. It's really easy, bro. It's not daunting, I promise. And then getting back to the mindset, right? You want to make sure that you're in a good place. Because remember earlier I was saying that when you're writing down these goals, you want to make sure that they're in resonance with you. And what I mean by that is there's been times where for example, I've written down that I want to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And there's been times where I've hit that. And then a lot of times where I haven't hit that. And the biggest thing I noticed was the resonance. You feel me? I wasn't at the place, some cases, where I was ready for that, or I was applying myself to receive that. You get what I'm saying? And then in the one case that I did in such a short time was because I was doing everything in my life literally possible to achieve that goal. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it happened in such a short time for me. It's the same for y'all. Like, make sure you writing things down that's in resonance with you, because sometimes, especially if you starting, or if you at this new point where you're shifting your mind and your thoughts and you're trying to step into this new energy, it might throw you off. Like, if you put I want 100K and then you 6 months in, 8 months, and you at like 5K, 10K, you feel me? You might be like, fuck, I can't even do this. In all reality, you could hit a lick and shit pop off. But I'm saying, if you don't have that mental toughness or that resilience, or you're not there yet mentally, it's okay. Because what you'll notice is when you put your shit at, like, for example, let's say I want to get, my goal is to make $1,000 a month. That's not a hard goal. You feel me? If it is for you to wherever your shit is, maybe you want to make $100 your first month, $200. Put it at that, because what you'll find is you're going to be working hard to do that and get that goal that you're going to surpass it 3 times over. I promise you, bro. If you put a goal and you know you in that energy, man, I know I could do that. I know I could knock it out, or this shit is easy to get. You already programmed to believe that, and you already programmed to have that knowing that it is within your realm of possibility. And you don't know how powerful that is, because then you willed it to you and you attract it to you way more. You feel me? That's why I'm trying to put y'all on, like, make sure you lock in and do whatever is in resonance, but also put things that you feel are not possible. You feel me? Like, or that is maybe that you're not as confident in it. You feel me? Things, goals that make you a little scared or like nervous to write down. You feel me? Like, for example, one of the goals on top of my head I could think about is I had a list of, I have a I want in my brand, but Kyrie Irving was #1 on my list, bro. And if I didn't pop up the picture, y'all could go to our Instagram, Prolific Tendencies, or something, TikTok. That picture or video of Kyrie is, I done put it almost everywhere. You feel me? But point is, I had that goal when I started my brand, maybe in like 2024. You feel me? February, right? He got Kyrie Irving in my this past sometime in the summer. I don't know. He had an event in Fashion Week, and I went to it was able to connected with his people first, connected with him, and then had a brief conversation with him on his stream, and it was like dope. Like, you know, with his, not like wasn't invited on his stream. You know, sometimes people would take shit later on, or like no, like it was just like his streams recording him passing by, talking to people and stuff like that. But point is, that was something I wouldn't say that didn't really scare me, but point is, like, I wrote down these things I know I could achieve, and even if it didn't happen how I thought it would, or whatever the case may be, it happened. You feel me? Shaka Khan is somebody I wanted in my brand. Y'all won't even believe how that happened. You feel me? Like, that just happened from me being outside, me being in my purpose. So this is why I'm telling y'all, like, and I'll end it here, like, your mindset is crucial. Make you lock in with that, because once you have that, it'll be so much easier for you to do all of these goals. It'll be so much easier for you to figure out what to write down, and it'll make your shit so much easier. Like, I think on my, I make 60K this year, right? And I made that. You feel me? And I made that. And I made most of that in the first half of last year, bro. Isn't that crazy? Like, I made most of my bread first half. I mean, sorry, in the first half of the year. And that's all from a video that went viral in November. That was because I was locked in. And that my goal for my first year, my goal was just to make $10,000. You feel me? I sold my car for 10K, and my goal was to just make that money back. Bro, I made like 30. I made like 30 to 40 bands my first year. And then because I was going so hard to just get to that 10K, because I believed that it would be super easy for me to get that, and I put in the energy to match it and the plan and all of that to match it, I ended up setting myself up for next year and for the goals that I had, that I started to set out to achieve this year. You get what I'm saying? I say all that to say, like, whatever you think you can do, you can do. Whatever you know you can do. And if you feel you can, then you right too. You feel me? Just lock in. And I hope this video helped y'all. I'm out. Like,